Hello guys, welcome to another video in the series of coding. Today we are going to do the problem which is called evaluate reverse Polish notation. So you have to evaluate the value of an arithmetic expression but not in the normal notation, in the reverse Polish notation. So let's try to understand what is reverse Polish notation. So it is simply the postfix notation. So in which operators are just going to follow the operand. So let's try to understand it in a simple language. So if you have, let's say, the normal way, how do you write operations and operand? So simply, suppose you have to add 5 and 3. You simply write 3 plus 5. The operator is in between and you have the numbers at the ends, and 3 plus 5 is going to give you 8. But in the reverse Polish notation, let me write it as RPN for short. You put the numbers at the beginning and you put the operator, which is going to be a plus sign, at the end. So 3 and 5, the numbers are going to be at the beginning, and the operator, which is the plus sign, is going to be at the end. This is also going to evaluate to 8. These are just two different ways of writing the same thing. Let's take another example to understand this same thing, and then we will move forward to the logic of our code. So suppose you have another expression. Let's say you have uh, 12 minus 2 plus 3. So how do you evaluate this in the normal way? So 12 minus 2 is 10, 10 plus 3 is 13, and that is how you are going to write this. But if you have to write it in the reverse Polish notation, so see, just observe the first part. What will you do? You will take the numbers 12 and 2, and the operator, which is minus sign, you will put that at the end. Okay, so this is the reverse Polish notation for the first part. This will evaluate to 12 minus 2, which is nothing but 10. What about the second part? So you have to add 3. How do you add 3? So you write 3 and then afterwards you write a plus sign. So 10 plus 3, which will give you 13. So now this is finally reverse Polish notation, and it is just another way of writing the operators and operands. So any of the ways is right. So that is nothing as right or wrong. Actually, they are just two different notations of writing the same thing. Now, after this, let's come to our problem. So this is our problem in which you have the vector of strings. Now how do you actually solve this problem? So how do you evaluate this expression? So if you think about it, basically what are you doing? So let's say you have 3, 5 and plus. So how do you evaluate this? Okay, let's take a very simple example before going to the big problem. So now see, suppose what you have to do, you have to, let's say, take 3 and you have to take 5 and you have to just add both of them. Okay, so it is like you can use a data structure stack, because see, if you have the value 3, then you have the value 5, and let's say you encounter plus. Okay, what do you know? You know that now you have to evaluate this expression and you have to use the plus sign. So the below two numbers, on this you have to apply the plus operator and you have to evaluate the expression, which will give you 5 plus 3 equal to 8. Now once we know that we have to use stack data structure, the problem becomes very simple. Now let's start evaluating this and we can solve the entire problem. So this is our stack that we are going to use. Let's start from the first. So first we have the number 10. So what we are going to do, we are simply going to push the number in the stack. Okay, next we have the number 6. We will push the number 6 in the stack. Okay, next we have the number 9. So what we are going to do, we are simply going to push the number 9 in the stack. Okay, next we have the number 3. So we are going to simply push the number 3 in the stack. Now it becomes very interesting after this, because you have the operator for the first time. You have the operator plus in the stack. So what you're going to do, you know that you have to apply this operator on the first two numbers. See, observe this carefully. 9 3 plus, we saw that this is the reverse Polish notation, but in actual notation this just means 9 plus 3. So you have to apply. So what you do, you apply the operation on these two numbers, 9 plus 3. So 9 plus 3 is equal to 12. So after applying this operation 12, you have to store the result 12 in the stack. So what you do, so since you have applied the operation, finally your result is 12 and you have to push 12 in the stack. you have completed the operation, so you can pop these two numbers. So we will pop these two numbers from the stack, and we will push the result, which is 12, in the stack. So it is as simple as that. Just apply the operation and remove the numbers from the stack and push the result. Next you have minus 11, so I will put minus 11 in the stack. Okay, next let's go forward to the next operation that we have. So next operation is going to be multiplication sign. So take the top two numbers, minus 11 into 12. Minus 11 into 12 is going to give you minus 132. So just you have to remove these two numbers from the stack, and you have to push minus 132, which is the result of these two numbers, in the stack. So let me do that. So minus 132 is what I am pushing in the stack. Now let me also erase this part here, and let's go forward to the next operand. So the next operand that we have is multiplication sign. So take these two numbers, 6 and minus 132. So if you divide 6 by minus 132, it's going to be a very small number, and it can be considered almost zero. And anyway, if you take these as integer values, and if you apply the operation, C++ or any other language will just round it off to 0. So you have to consider that, and you have to uh, take that. So if you just take integer value, it will get rounded off, and this will become equal to 0. So you can just put 0 here. Let's go forward to the next we have multiplication sign. So you have to multiply these two. 0 into 10 is equal to 0. So the result is 0. So what you have to do, just remember the steps. You have to pop the numbers on which you are applying the operation, and you have to push the actual result. So what is your result? Your result is 0. So you are going to push the result 0 here. So let me just push that. So now let me erase this, and let's go forward to the next part. So what is the next part? Next part you have 17. So it is just a number, right? So 17 is just a number. So we can just push 17 in the stack. So let me push 17 in the stack. Next you have a operator plus. So what you do? You add 17 and 0. What is 17 and 0? So it will just give you the result. If you add 17 and 0, it will just give you the result 17. Okay, let's go forward to the next. We have the number 5, so I'm going to push it in the stack. Next we have the operator plus. So I'm just going to add 17 plus 5, which is going to be 22, and I'm going to remove these two from the stack, and I'm going to push the result 22 in the stack. So that's it, and let's start coding this. So once we have understood the logic, coding is going to be simple. So you have to just take a stack. So let me write stack, and it's going to take integer value. I'm going to name it S. It's short for simply stack. Now we have to iterate over the tokens, which is our vector of strings. So we iterate over that. So I am going to declare for string X, which is a part of token. So we are going to iterate over all the strings in tokens. Now what we are going to do is, in the question it is given that it is guaranteed that the RPN expression is always valid. So we need not worry if the stack is going to be empty or something like that. RPN expression is always going to be valid. So we can just start with the cases. So what is the first case? So we can simply write if x is equal to plus. In this case, what you have to do, you have to just add the two numbers. So take the topmost number. How do you take the topmost number? Simply give s dot top. Okay, let's say this is 2. Then what you do, you do a pop operation. Why do you do pop operation? You want to get the next number. How can you get the next number? To get the next number, again using s dot top, you will have to pop the previous number, and let's say you get the next number. Let's simply say it is 3. Now what you have to do, you have to take the result of a plus b. So a plus b will be 2 plus 3, which will be equal to 5. So this is the result which you have to push in the stack. So I have taken A, I have popped it, I have taken B, I have popped it, and now I am pushing the result in the stack again, so that I can operate on it further. So S dot push simply A plus B, and this stack is going to take integer values. Okay, now what we are going to do next, we can simply copy paste this, and we need not write the code again. So I will just copy paste this. Suppose we want to do multiplication, then I will just in place of plus sign I will put multiplication sign. If we want to do subtraction, then can I put a minus sign simply? So observe one thing here. If it is going to be minus, right? if it is subtraction, we have to subtract first number from the second number. So this won't work. We have to do b minus a. So you have to remember that. So this will be 3 minus 2, which will be 1. So in place of a minus b, I should give b minus a. So take care of that. You have to subtract the first number from the second number. Now let me copy this again and let me write it for the next operator, which is division. So for division, you have to do b divided by a. So that's it. And finally, if all these test cases are not being satisfied, that means what? It is going to be a number, because we have only four operators. We have written the conditions for all the four operators plus multiplication, minus, and division. Now, what about the last condition? If it is a number, then what do you have to do? You have to simply push it in the stack. So we will give s dot push x. Will it work? Do you think s dot push x will work? So see, it will not work, because notice one thing: x is a string, and your stack, we have declared to take values which are integer. So this will not work. So what you have to do? You have to do a simple conversion. So string to integer conversion. So stoi, that is what I am doing, and this function will convert the string to integer, and we can push the integer in our stack. Finally, what we can do? We can simply return s dot top, because finally the result will be evaluated, and that value will be stored at the topmost of the stack, and we can give s dot top. Now let me just run and see this is fine. Let me just submit and see if it is an accepted solution. So it's accepted. Thank you for being patient and listening.